Hello Retro Simmers, welcome to Best Anime Sims. My name is Kelvin and how are you doing? We are back with Tsing. We are going to explore the final part of the neighborhood, one of the districts. In the neighborhood, so far we have discovered the central area of the town center, the upper hills of Golden Hill, and have two pockets of culture, which is the Far East District and also Little India. And finally, we've gone to down in the corner here, which is the Southeast Asia Enclave, with lush jungle and palm trees sprinkled around this part of town. This enclave houses unique homes that blends nature with humid tropical climate. So this corner here, we have 7 houses to look into. So 6 of them are residential lots and 1 apartment lot. We have only 1 more final family left to discover. So let's jump right into it. So the Juanez family, loud, passionate and never boring, the Juanez family brings in the chaotic drama from the telenovelas to the charming town of Tsing. Alright, here we are with the Juanez family. So basically, the main character of Juanez family over here is actually just Joyce over here. And eventually I created her sister called Alexis, also short as AJ. And then initially I only wanted just the mom. I would want her to be a divorcee. But then eventually I created her husband, which is Borneo. So let's check out the family. So this family is definitely going to be a chaotic one, as you can see here. There are 3 members of the family are romance aspiration. So let's check out Antonio here. He is a golf caddy and you have a few skills already with him, especially charisma. His relationship, he does have a lot of positive relationship with all the women in Tsing. Almost all the women in Tsing. And this is going to be a problem. We shall see later on. He is a Libra and his bio reads, Antonio is always down for a fun time and he rarely takes anything seriously. So he is just a party dude. As you can see here, his dressing is not going to be serious. He's not going to be very focused on maintaining the family or keeping in touch with the family. He's going to be a bit busy with the ladies. His wife here, her name is Rosa. So Rosa over here, she, aside from some of the housewives, she is also have a lot of positive relationships with all the men in the neighborhood. So she is a piano tuner in the music career and she has a few skills already. She is an Aquarius and her bio reads, Rosa loves being dramatic in her fashion and conversations. She is mostly friendly, just do not get into an argument with her. So yes, she is a feisty woman over here and not to be messed around with, and she is on the prowl for more betterment than Antonio. So Alexa Juanez, she is a Leo and her bio reads, Alexa loves fashion and romantic comedies and all she wants is a perfect boyfriend. Too bad no one seems to be right for her. Well, she is a hopeless romantic. She tries to find relationships, but unfortunately she doesn't have much contacts to go with, unlike Joyce, who is a public school student and she does have a little skills in her hands. She is quite friendly with a lot of her teenage friends and some kids as well. She is an Aries and her bio reads, Joyce is a flirty and ditzy girl who chases after every boy she sees. She has an obsession with flowers and loves tending to gardens. Yeah, so she is also kind of finding love. She just wants to find love in every guy she finds. I created her as kind of a romantic comic relief within the story. I feel that sometimes the law can be quite too serious, and she can be a sense of relief. She don't need to be so serious all the time. So let's look into the house. Okay, so the house name is Bahay na Bato. It's actually a Filipino traditional house that comprises, which means house on top of stone, which has a wooden second story on top of the stone or brick ground floor, as you can see here. So this family is not particularly Filipino. They are actually Hispanic in a way. Not going to be specific which part of Latin America they're from, but Bahay na Bato Filipino has some Spanish influences, so that is why I moved them here. So let's check out the ground floor. So traditionally, the ground floor is only the kitchen and the servants' quarter, but we don't have servants living here, so I converted some of the parts of the ground floor to have a study area, a second bathroom for the family to use, and an art studio over here. Really nice kitchen. It's very grey and clean. Like upstairs is where all the living spaces is going to be. So the first thing you can notice, the front door is accessible through this wide staircase leading up to the front doorway, leading to the living room area and also a study area on the other side, computer room area. So the upstairs here we have the dining area with piano over here. It's pretty cozy and nice. And over on this side we have the master bedroom, and also the bathroom that is shared Jack and Jill bathroom that connects with the kids' bedrooms as well. So initially I didn't really expect to have two girls living in this house at all. So there are some kiddish, three teenage girls to stay here, but there are some really childish looking like toys and paper model airplanes hanging around the bedroom. So I'll just leave it at that to make it look like it's quite whimsical for them, not necessarily their main interest. So yeah, the final family we are looking into is the Juanez's. Really nice really nice house and a really lovely neighborhood. So let's check out the last apartment in Koh Sing, which is the Borneo Longhouse. Okay, the Longhouse is typically found in the island of Borneo, which is where the state of Sabah and Sarawak is. So yeah, so this is part of our Malaysian style houses, but it's on the East Malaysia. So Borneo houses are typically lived by the Sabah and Sarawak ethnic communities, the indigenous tribes. Quite a lot of tribes actually adopted this long house concept. Typically, long houses like almost 100 families in one long house, but in the Sims version, we only have 4 units of houses. So there's a long hallway, so kids can actually play tag over here. You can have a relaxing hammock and some benches for Sims to relax. So in each of the house, we only have the bathroom and 2 bedrooms. So we have different types of furnishing in every single unit. but typically it doesn't look like that, but that's a bit modernized for The Sims 2. So you're wondering where it would be the kitchen is. So the kitchen and the dining area is actually over here. It's actually a communal kitchen. So typically families usually cook together and have a large meal together. So this is what my idea of a communal kitchen and dining area is all about. And we have a little playground over here, little games area for kids and families, and also a log roll competition over here to have some outdoor fun. So basically, a lot of indigenous tribes from Sabah and Sarawak actually have a sense of community. Everything is shared. Families, multiple families could get together and interact with each other as one huge family unit who happen to living in a really long house. So it is usually in wood and bamboo and thatch. On top of we have thatched roof, but we do see in some modern cases they are in stone and concrete, brick and concrete, but it still has the long house kind of a feel. Let's check out. Next is the Balinese House. So just a quick disclaimer to inform everyone here, this Balinese style house is not exactly what it's supposed to look like, because of the items in The Sims 2 does not represent very well in Balinese culture, but I only followed the format of the layout of the Balinese house. So typically the house is surrounded by a gate called Aling Aling, and we have a huge gate in front, doorway that goes into a courtyard, and typically Balinese houses are split into smaller houses like that. It's connected with a walkways or courtyards over here. So we can see here we have a kitchen and dining area over here. It's typically really simple and not particularly well decorated. Over here, I forgot what's it. Over here we have this area, roof area shelter over here. Is actually typically meant for storage for food and some items, but you can use it in The Sims 2 as a place to hang out for Sims. Over here we have the main living room area, TV, stereo, and a guest bathroom. We also have a family computer table over here. Over on this room, which is the kids' bedroom, a specialized bathroom for themselves. Over here we also have this will be a master bedroom over here, and also as a Jack and Jill bathroom that connects with another room, typically for a teenage girl or unmarried women in the house. And this area over here is the main area, usually meant for prayers, but I use it here for a formal dining room area. I don't have a prayer shrine somewhere because we don't have the typical Balinese architecture to make it possible, but there is supposed to have a shrine in one of the corners of over here, typically over here for the family to give offerings, to pray. And then we have a little quiet courtyard over here, filled with banana trees, bamboos, lush green trees. So yeah, this Balinese house, split small houses built encircled by a huge courtyard, surrounding a courtyard and surrounded by huge banks. Over here we have the Javanese Joglo. So this house is added on later in Tsing because in a lot of the unoccupied houses, they are typically cost almost 100k simoleons, but this is around 50k for a small lot. Still quite expensive, not exactly a starter home, but it is way much more affordable than most of the empty houses over here. So this Javanese Joglo is named after this roof type, which is a double angled roof with a high angled roof in the center. One of the Javanese style. So this house is not a lot of things to go into. So, but we have once we enter, we have the living room, dining room area, computer table, the aquarium, and that connects to the master bedroom and the kids' bedroom. And we have a bathroom at the back over here. And the kitchen is actually outdoors. So this is very typical for Joglo houses to have a kitchen on the outside. So, but it is still quite unusual to have a bathroom inside, so this is a little bit modernized. So we have a very lush landscape over here. Filled with palm trees to fit in the Southeast Asian vibe, the Indonesian style. Up next, we have the Malay House. Alright, this traditional Malay house or Rumah Melayu traditional, I built this during Hari Raya or the Eid festival. So you can see here there are lights being decorated all around the front part of the house, so it is signifying some festivities going on, especially also with these torches over here. So the house is usually built on high stilts, so to avoid wild animals from going up to the house and also flood waters from coming in. So, and this also has a double angled roof. It's typically found in central Malaysia. So I have the weathered thatched roof. They get a bit more modernized instead of the thatched roof. Some weathered corrugated steel roof. Give it a rustic old look. So once we enter the house, after you climb some stairs, we have the dining room area and the kitchen on this side. I have a lot of pet supplies over here, so Sims can have pets over here. And we have a bathroom in the center. Over here we have the living room area, some seating area, TV over on this side, and the computer room. Over here we have a kids room and also the master bedroom over here. Over the back, I also included some garden plot of land to give Sir Sims to garden, to plant some vegetables, to give a little bit of a kampong village life. And also, oh yes, we have a car over here, so Sims can have a car parked over here. Really lovely, especially if it's by the seaside. A nice view. Up next, we have a traditional Thai house. So here is a Thai house. It does share some similarities with the Malay house, with the stilted roof. House is built on columns And we have a lake at the back, which is really pretty. And we have curved roofs as well. Double angled roof. And we also have this pavilion over here. It is typically for people to rest under the shade, to enjoy the breezy weather outside without getting too hot. This house is actually connected together with the outdoor walkway, but it is actually separated by different rooms, but it's connected together with a huge platform. So yeah, as the walk in, you have the living room and dining area. You have a guest bathroom over here. The kitchen is on the separate house over here. Moving to the back, we have the kids' rooms, and then we have a master bedroom that has an ensuite bathroom over here. So it is not typical to have bathrooms connected to the bedrooms, but it is for convenience sake or to modernize a bit of a concept for this Thai house. So yeah, last but not least is the Javanese Umah Joglo. So this is the final house I updated and added into Tsing because I felt to add this Javanese Umah Joglo because the smaller version doesn't do this architecture style justice, because Umah Joglo is typically very large and has a lot of pavilions like this one. It kind of reminds me of the Balinese House in a way because of the separate houses, rooms as houses, and then with a fence circling around it and has a gate. So, and also typically this house usually have a really nice decorative top. Here, this is a bit particularly hard to do because I have to put in a fake wall inside the roofs in order to put a fence on top to have a nice trim. So as you walk in, you have this pavilion area, which is actually meant for a sitting room for Sims to actually welcome guests for this house. And then moving on to the center, we have a nice lake to cross over to the main house. So Sims over here can actually have dinner at the dining room area, enjoy some music over here. We have a little study area over here, to play some chess. And all the way to the back, we have the kitchen and also the kamar mandi or the bathroom. Usually bathrooms are at the back of the house, but I actually change it to have bathrooms in other parts of the house. Over on this side, we have the kids' bedroom and a TV room over here. Initially, I wanted it to be a study, but then the TV doesn't fit anywhere in the middle of the house, so I put it over this side. And over on this side is the master bedroom, a huge area for Sims to sleep in, a dresser and TV on your own. We have a makeup vanity table and also a full complete bar. So yeah, this is the as traditional as possible Umah Joglo in The Sims 2. Okay, that's pretty much all I want to share about Tsing, especially the Southeast Asia Enclave. What do you guys think? Please leave me a comment. Personally, I find this section of Tsing is my personal favorite actually. So because it showcases a lot of the architectural styles that are typically not built in other Sims players. Typically like Malaysian house, Indonesian, Thai and Filipino house, all within this section of Tsing. I really like it very much. And yeah, be sure to check out all the individual speed build videos in my channel to find out more in-depth research and details about these particular houses, and also as well as all the other builds that I have featured in the previous videos. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to West Anime Sims for more updates on Retro Sims content. You are also welcome to join the Retro Simmers Club in membership by only over $1 per month. You can get access to access to videos, members only posts and updates, shoutouts, and also a nice cute badge beside your name. Anyways, thank you for watching and I'll see you next video. Bye bye.